What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another Outriders video. Now, a question I often get asked on streams, usually on Thursday nights, we have a community stream for Outriders. By the way, check that out. That happens every Thursday on the clock at 8 o'clock CET. We have a community event, we carry community members, we hang out together in the game, and we basically just enjoy and try to keep the whole Outriders game alive, so to speak. But a question I often get asked during those evenings are, do I have any information as to when Worldslayer, the first expansion for Outriders, is going to come out, or any new information for it? So right off the bat, let me preface this whole discussion by saying that I am, first of all, not an ambassador for the game, so I'm not privy to any insider information, and secondly, I have not been told anything more than what has basically been circulated in the media and what we've all seen in those trailers. So this, from my side, is pure speculation that I can glean from that information that has been shared, and sort of like, how I think things are going to turn out, basically. So first and foremost, something that I've said right from the beginning is it would kind of like be cool in a way if the first expansion for the game drops exactly a year after the release of Outriders. And that, of course, was the 1st of April of 2021. And so I for a while thought that we would most likely see this expansion dropping around this time. There's been some, up until the point where now we are in February. Of course, some people speculated that we might see it in February and March. That was never going to happen for me, because it's also a very dangerous time for an expansion for Outriders to drop, due to the high density of AAA games, and as well as direct competition to the game in the place of something like Destiny, the Witch Queen. So it would just, from a marketing, I suppose, perspective, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to drop it during that time. However, 1st of April, we start seeing some of these AAA games not coming out anymore, or having already been released. There's not a lot going on in April. So I always, for a long time, inside hoped that that would be the case, and that would be something that we could see. Now, as we get closer to it, and also after dissecting the trailers and just looking at some of the sort of like media quotes that there are from the studio, from people can fly out there, I think that I might have gotten it wrong. And so hoping that we would see something by April really doesn't make any sense, due to the fact that the studio themselves having essentially said that in spring of 2022 they'd be sharing the first look at this expansion. Now, of course, spring 2022 for them happens to be around March, April. So I think what we are going to be looking at during that window is actually them starting to share some detail about the expansion, but with the actual launch of it being a while out. Now, another rumor that's also been going around is that most likely this content will drop in Q3. Now, Q3, of course, the back half of the year, there's no real danger to the expansion dropping this time from competition per se, but I'd have to wonder whether Q3 wouldn't be too late. It just feels like a year and a half to a year and 8 months basically waiting for the expansion to come out seems like it might be a little bit too late. And as much interest as the game has already lost, you'd have to wonder how much people would even have forgotten about it even more by then. But surely, that's totally a case. I, however, think that we might be able to see something launching around the June-July window. That is for a very long time I've said April, but that's the other reason why I recorded this video. I thought it would be a fun thing for us to do as a community, so I'm putting my line in the sand here, and I say that I think we're going to see something in June, July, P6, P7. Most likely around that time we will probably see the launch of Worldslayer, which is of course the first paid expansion for Outriders. Now, what has also been revealed is most likely there could be more expansions coming to the game, but that of course depends on how successful the sales of that is. As we all know, Outriders was on Game Pass, for instance, and this DLC would then most likely be outside this Game Pass agreement. So this would be a way for the studio to make direct sales, direct money on additional content for this game. And of course, we don't know pricing models yet, so I hardly believe that this will be the price of a brand new game. But it could be 15, it could be 30, it could be 40 US, who knows. It all depends, of course, what comes with it. And that's of course the other fun thing to speculate about. We know that from the trailer that we saw, we do see a little bit of like different enemy types. We see a lot more focus on sort of like weapons, hand weapons, that sort of thing. And it could be entirely likely that we're not just seeing a new piece of content that we can play, but also most likely perhaps a fifth character type that we could play, as well as probably some expansions to the game systems, maybe around crafting and basically allowing you to, you know, craft a piece of armor or a weapon from scratch, choosing all of the sub attributes as well as the mods, and paying a cost for that to craft the whole thing, with a chance of perhaps different ranges rolling on that. We could see some more, you know, elements coming to the game. You know, at the moment right now, we of course have freeze, fire, and bleed and all of that, so there's certainly some exploration available there. It's, you know, something like lightning or shadow, or, you know, anything like that. But and then on the other hand, again, it could literally just be an expansion that gives you 5 more levels to level, a bunch of new gear to farm, like 5 more expansions, and a short story part. So it really is not clear right now what we can expect. And of course, the more stuff that there is in this expansion, that of course pushes the launch window out even more, because my honest belief is that the trailer that they shared at the launch of New Horizon was basically showing, you know, was a showcase of it. And I think that we might have thought that they were far further along in the development of this expansion, but in actual fact they were, I wouldn't say they were just starting, because of course all those assets and everything are already available there, but perhaps they weren't quite as far in the development as possible. But in any case, I like discussing Outriders with the community and getting your own input as well. So let me know in the comments down below when you think the expansion will come out and what you think will actually be in this expansion. I think it'll be super fun for us to, once April rolls in and actually some announcements hopefully get made, to refer back to this video and see where were we right, where were we wrong. It could be quite interesting and definitely something worth discussing. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. And as always, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, a great afternoon, and a goddamn awesome evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now.